Before you drive for Amazon Flex, please watch this video. Take it from someone who's been activated for over 5 years. I've done this in different marketplaces, and this list right here might change your thoughts on the Flex driver pay and if this is a good side hustle for you. Well, speaking of pay, number one, if you're doing the warehouse shifts, like delivering packages, you go to the warehouse, you're going to sign up for a 2.5, 3, 4-hour routes here, there is no way to increase the pay. That's right, what you get is what you get per hour, which could be a good or bad thing, but also remember on those warehouse runs, there's no tips as well. There's also no additional bonus pay. So if it says I'm gonna get $18 an hour, 20 would be better, obviously 22 plus an hour, that is it. So think about food delivery, rideshare, grocery, all of these other side hustles, at least they have bonus pay. Now, yes, some of that bonus pay can be scheduled, but at least you can multi-app, you can experiment, say, well, Uber, Lyft has some bonus pay, but what about food delivery? At the same time, DoorDash has some peak pay, or Uber Surge or Grubhub or whatever it is, and I can just multi-app across those niches. Not the case with Flex, because you can't just end your delivery route of 3 hours. You're locked in. Also, not only are you locked in on the pay per hour, but you have no influence on the pay per mile, like all those other niches that I mentioned that show you at least the expected mileage on that assignment. Not the case with Flex. You have no idea where you're going until you get that route and you scan that QR code for your delivery route. Rideshare, food delivery, shopping, grocery, even Toro. I mean, listing your personal vehicle for rent. Even they say at least like, hey, the minimum miles per day, the cap at least is 200 miles a day. When you get to the warehouse and you scan your QR code for your delivery route, it could be 10, 15 minutes away, further away from the warehouse and home. I've had it 30, 40 minutes away. Also keep in mind the commuting miles to that warehouse. And also if I can't deliver any of those packages, there's no safe place to leave it, or I can't access the house facility, whatever reason, I have to drive back to that warehouse to return it, of course. So in my experience, while the hourly pay is nice, I find, and you can comment down below if this is the case, how many shifts have you done, by the way, in what marketplace, and is this point true, that Flex is heavy on the mileage? For example, when I try to do food delivery, I'm trying to stay in a tight radius, minimize the miles there, minimize commuting miles between my ending destination and the pickup for my next assignment, and then trying to maximize the margin on the actual assignments themselves. So all of that is just trying to maximize the pay per mile because I'm using my personal vehicle on the app. I have 2 warehouses here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and it takes me about 15 minutes on the fast end, but more realistically, probably 20 minutes to get any of these warehouses that are a little bit northwest of me, driving there, and then as I mentioned, the whole process. Next, before you drive for Amazon Flex, something that I don't think is talked about a lot, I feel like I've had more face-to-face interactions with customers on Amazon Flex than probably any other like traditional non-face-to-face side hustle, like food delivery, grocery, the retail shopping, any other package delivery. Obviously, rideshare is face-to-face, not that. And you may be thinking, I don't care. It's like they're at the front door because they can track the packages, by the way, like some of these other side hustles. They're sitting on the porch, they're cleaning their car in the driveway. And you may be thinking, why does that matter? And it kind of doesn't, but it kind of does in certain scenarios. Credibility. So as I mentioned, you're using your personal vehicle. An unmarked vehicle that has no Amazon signage like a W2 Amazon DSP driver would. One reason why I highly almost kind of mandate for you, get one of those Amazon delivery vests. They have vests for free at these Amazon warehouses. Just ask them. And actually, if they give you a regular safety vest, like a yellow or orange one, ask if they have any of the Amazon vests. Credibility, because I still remember one of the marketplaces I was in, San Diego, California. It's just awkward when it's now nighttime and I'm finishing my route, because some of these, by the way, go to like 8, 9 p.m., probably later in some marketplaces. And I'm pulling literally right behind someone who's pulling in their driveway at night in a random vehicle. And I'll tell you this, even when I got out in this circumstance and I had my Amazon vest on, I have a package. Still, you can see how it feels a little shady. Next, thinking about the workload, I feel like Flex is more work and effort than just other side hustles because A, most likely, I can pretty much guarantee this is more stops per hour than even rideshare, certainly food delivery, because sure, if you finish early, you get the full pay, which is nice, but a lot of the times, Amazon is optimizing these routes to fill in as many stops as possible per hour. Now, sometimes you'll have multiple packages at one drop-off, which is nice, because let's say you have 50 packages on a route, but then you'll only have 42 stops because again, some stops have multiple deliveries. It's not bad. Consider a rolling cart or something. We have an affiliate team storefront for accessories linked down below in the description if you need anything for rideshare, YouTube, deliveries, stuff like this, of course. But what if you're delivering in an area, city, other part of your marketplace that is prone to package theft? Have you ever had a package stolen off your porch? I have in San Diego, like 5 times in one area I was living in. Let's talk about your delivery ratings and why and how that matters. I currently have a measly fair rating, frankly, because I do not do a lot of Amazon Flex shifts that would increase that, certainly. But there's 4 categories here: delivery completion, delivered and received, on-time arrival, and on-time cancel. And I made some mistakes early on, so pay attention to this. That hurt my account. Delivery completion back in 2021, one of my 34 packages that you picked up were not delivered to the customer. This is just on you. Like, you didn't deliver it. Goes back to the point of undeliverable packages. Offices that indicate 5 p.m. is the latest. Look, I don't know why Amazon Flex would give you packages for a shift that's going later at like, 8 p.m., but you started at, 4, but that's to get to the warehouse. The point is, sometimes I feel like you don't even have enough time to deliver to offices that are time sensitive. Delivered and received, though, back in 2019, 2 of my 63 deliveries I made were not received by the customer. Certainly, there can be fraud issues of a customer getting it and they say they didn't get it, but again, what happens if you're delivering in an area that is prone to theft? So you better hide that thing pretty well. On-time arrival. Just make sure you show up on time to your shifts, basically. So July 16th, 2022, you didn't show up on time to one of the 1 blocks you scheduled. Yeah, I was late. Oh, and there it is. And if you're late by just 5 minutes, you can be 15 minutes early, but only 5 minutes late. You missed your scheduled block. And I get it, that is the way of logistics. That, of course, would hurt your account. Let's talk about on-time cancel. Do you have anything going on in your personal life that may affect plans last minute? Do you have a family, job stuff, personal life? Well, if you don't cancel in time for your scheduled shift, you get punished. Now, I get it. Again, if you have things with, let's say, your W-2, or if you have a 9-to-5, a standard job, if you got cancel going into work within like 45 minutes, I get it. Overall verdict, if you're going to hit the road on Amazon Flex, you're going to be doing, again, more stops per hour, perhaps more effort, but the pay is nice. I've always said I like Flex kind of as almost the best set it and forget it side hustle. I can be working for 3 hours, 4 hours, and I have guaranteed pay per hour. And again, if I finish early, I get the full pay. But there is really a huge trade-off having zero control over the dollars to mile payouts. So I'm getting $18, $19, $20 an hour, but are you making like any money based on the mileage and the operating cost of your vehicle? But then again, that's just warehouse runs though. There's the Whole Foods grocery runs where I could either schedule a shift or I could take instant offers that are ready to be picked up basically within 15 minutes. So with Whole Foods runs, I don't got to go to the warehouse. I'm going to a Whole Foods, which might be closer for you, maybe not. And then I pick up the grocery order and then I just have to deliver that to the customer. Is that better? Because possibly you can make more money, at least more margin on the Whole Foods runs. But if you want to do the warehouse runs, just look out for that.